Hey, happy Sunday Social Security Roundup. Let's go. This is for the week of June 10th to June 15th. So Monday, June 10th, we had, oh, this is a function report little tip here, and it has to do with question number 20, specifically A, and question number 16, and how you want to avoid some conflicting answers between the two of those. So you kind of have to check your answers back and forth and relative to other answers to other questions. And that's two of them, 20A and 16. Okay, so on Tuesday, my thing is shifting. I don't know why. This was just a shout out about, and the SSA had just put it up. In fact, they put up a press release about it as well, but it was smacked right on our page when we went into the SSA website about fake news that had been spread. I think I saw some YouTube video scammers putting this out there, that there was going to be a $600 extra payment just out of the goodness of the government's heart to everybody in June of 2024. And of course, don't ever believe that stuff. Walk on by. Don't even click, guys. Don't even click. So that was just an announcement to get people off that trail and stop wasting their time. As soon as I heard about it, the following day, the 12th, so what are we talking, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this was another function report tip. The taboo word on the function report, particularly, we also go into question 20D. 20 is a big one, and it's long, and there's a lot of questions. So this particular word is something that you don't want to be using without a little bit of something in addition to it. So take a look, see if that is something that you're working on, the function report. The next day, the June 13th, that would be Thursday. Yeah, just an announcement that it was the 50th anniversary for SSI, for the claims starting to be taken. I think the law had passed a couple years before that. And a shout out to President Nixon, rest in peace, who was a big proponent of getting SSI for the needy and the disabled. So he was kind of a hero in that regard. Let's see, moving along. Friday was fraud law review. This one came out a little late in the day because I was just couldn't get to it. Sorry, but it did come out. And this was actually a twofer. Two people, and it's because I saw it in the Office of Inspector General reports, one after the other, maybe with one report in between, all in the same week in June. Two New Bedford, Massachusetts gentlemen, I say that loosely, I would call them selfish, got themselves in hot water on totally separate, unrelated activities. Long term, both of them, fraud. One of them was literally stealing the identity of a patient that had ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease. There's also a conspiracy charge in there because apparently he had friends. So anyway, that really got my gander up. So those are the two I picked to report on. Anywho, so that, then we have Saturday, sorry. Yeah, just something has to do with CDRs and how you are going to be potentially causing your dependents to lose their benefits, not just yourself. So you want to take care with these things because the repercussions might be more than you realize. Okay, that's it, guys. That was it. The week of June 10th to June 15th. And I will see you next week. Have a great one. Bye now. Oh, I should add before I go. During the week on Wednesday, I enjoyed a little live streaming, which is, as you know, not my thing. Although people keep pushing my buttons, with Jonathan Ginsburg, one of the best out there, and a dear colleague. So if you want to check that out, that was his June 12th live stream, I think. Trying out the split screen. So I'm a bit of a guinea pig. I don't mind that. It's pretty cool. The first few minutes are pretty tech glitchy, and then it smooths on out, and then we just went to question and answers. questions and answers for people. So anyway, if that's something that you enjoy, check him out. He's on every week, Wednesday at 8:30. Bye, guys. So you just listened to the week's roundup of all 7 days right behind us and what those video tips were. Are you concerned if you didn't necessarily catch the ones from the week prior to that? Don't worry, we're going to attach it right here. Have a great week, guys. Bye. It's Sunday. Okay, another Sunday has come and gone, and here we are, Sunday again. Okay, this is for the week of June 3rd through June 8th, I believe. Yeah. So, of course, last Sunday, the 2nd, we had that week's Social Security roundup of the videos from the prior week. And then on the 3rd, this was kind of like a case study, if you will. Something pertinent here, why a client was going to basically cancel her claim despite being unable to work full time. And this is in the midst of, initial and recon and all that after a long wait, and the whys to that. Oops, hairless. A wild hair get in my eye. On Tuesday the 4th, this stemmed from a viewer's questions about TANF, temporary assistance to needy families, TANF, as some of us say. And it's just some SSI implications that you should know if you are on SSI seeking TANF or vice versa. So take a listen if that applies. Also on that day, this was actually a members only off-topic video where I was actually asking some opinion assistance, and I got some from a really cherished member. Those are the benefactor members that anyone can look into by clicking the join button below. That will explain it. It doesn't join you by clicking it, I promise. June 5th. Oh yeah. People are always so aggravated by the low level of benefits that stem from SSI when you're an SSI beneficiary, and how everything seems to be nickel and dimed. You get a buck in, a buck goes out, So we go into the whys that is, because whether you like it or not, there are some whys that make sense. Doesn't mean we have to agree on what the base amount of SSI is. Not necessarily. I tend to think it's on the low side myself, particularly when it's going to be offsets when you work. But knowing at least some of the basics of how that works, I suppose. There was, another members only video on the 5th. It was the precursor, the original announcement about the change to the 5-year rule and to whom it would apply. When I say the 5-year rule, I'm referring to the prior 15-year rule for past relevant work, which is super critical to everybody. And anybody who's been listening here for a while knows that I think this was the biggest gift SSA has ever provided the people in the 20 years I've been doing this. So to me, it's rather huge. That was just for the members. And then I think a day later, everyone else got to see a more, got to see the full McCoy there. The critical update, the SSA had just come out with that day explaining which people will be subject to the new 5-year look back instead of the 15-year look back. So that's a good one to catch. It's all good news, I think. Friday, we had the Friday fraud law review. That would be June 7th. And this one was really, really disgusting. It was a husband and wife team, and they completely defrauded the system. There's no disability. They took a lot of money and lived high on the hog. And my biggest takeaway and grievance, I suppose, with the whole result of their guilt was their sentence. So I wonder if you would agree with me, or you think the sentence is perfectly fine. Okay, and then Saturday, June 8th, This is at the behest of somebody. The effects of winning the lottery on benefits, when a lottery winning will affect and when it will not. And there you have it, guys. That was last week. So I hope you all had a great week. I hope you're having a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye now.